welcome to the channel. This is Tyra. So today is Diamond Tube Day, and this is a bit of a handhold thing because my tripod broke down again. So I'm just going to try to keep this as steady as possible and hopefully not shake you too much around. Today is the Diamond Tube Day, and that is we're going to look at diamond paintings and a bit about, I wanted to introduce a bit more about Patternkeeper, which I use for my Heaven and Earth design. And then there was some questions which I can just go through and answer a bit more in depth with respect to the last video. And yeah, this morning we were woken up at around 6 o'clock in the morning. It's Sunday, and we were woken by a helicopter flying really close to our house, seeking something. I woke up and thought it was flying into our house. It was that low. Everything shook inside us, our house, and at the same time we are having a storm, or not a storm, but it's the remainings of a storm. So it's been really windy today, and with me being sick and so on, you know, one's imagination goes a bit weird when you have a fever. So I was thinking that he was coming into our house, and we went outside, and I was like thinking, oh, I need to get the children up and get them out and so on. But then my husband could see that they were looking for somebody. So I went to our local Facebook page, and it said that a 4-year-old boy was seen at 4 o'clock in the morning on a bike, only in his thin underwear, and he hadn't had any pants on. There were several people who has tried to stop him, 2 people at least, and they had called the police. So now they had a helicopter out seeking him with a red infrared monitor on. So they said that we were not allowed to go outside. The police were here. There were a lot of police here, and they knocked up every parent who had children in that age. So they were really good in that job. We were really they were really good and really informative and so on. And the community gathered around, and at some point they said that people had to go out and look everywhere. So everybody almost got out and started to look. And then I think at around 9-ish, it came out that the boy had been found at his home. He is an autistic boy, so even though his parents had tried to secure the house as best as possible, he had gotten out a window which hadn't been monitorized, and so he went out the window, and he just went out seeking Christmas trees, which was his special interest. So he had found 2 at a road nearby here, and taken them home into the garden, and put his bike back in place and gone to bed. And the parents didn't know anything about it since before they talked to him in the morning. So the story luckily ended up really good, but I was amazed with all of the community and the communication, and people seeking, wanted to start a change and so on. So it was really good to see how people stand together when things like that happens. And of course the parents are not to blame here, as they wrote in our local Facebook book group. They're now going to buy magnetic locks for all of the windows, so he's not able to do that again. So yeah, so that was our really exciting morning. But anyway, let's go into to the diamond painting. first of all, as you can see, I've got my hands on my Patternkeeper, which we're going to look on afterwards. The one painting that I am working on at the moment is this one. It's the mini dandelion. I've got so many troubles with saying that. And it's a pattern by S. Evans, I think it's called. So I'm just going to take this aside and let's go back and look at the diamond painting. So last time I think you saw it, it was here. Sorry, I've got tons of things lying on top of it. Let's just see if I can move some of this side. It's just that I need my iPad afterwards to show you some things. Like that. So, and I've still got a diamond painting pen. So here is where I was last time. And now we are here. Isn't that looking good? It's so amazing. I'm so pleased with it. I was so looking forward to doing his head because I think, or her head, I think it was the most significant part of it. And he's so cute. And the details in him is amazing. As you can see, the greens down here, from a distance, they become more and more blending into and giving a shape and some depth to the painting. It's amazing. It looks so good, and I can't wait to continue on. I've started a bit over here, and as you can see, the confetti is real in these paintings, and these cross stitches. That's why they are so renowned for being hard work and hard thing to do, but it's also fun at the same time. So yeah, it's been so much fun to work on. The drills, I bought this a long time ago, also the drills, and I've got no issues with the drills. They're not popping or anything. So this is from before Drill Armageddon from AliExpress, so I haven't any issue with this painting. And as you can see, no rivers, no bubbles, no anything. So it's a good painting. But let's just dive further into it. I'm just going to place, I don't know how I've done that. I've just misplaced that one over here. So yeah. But let's go further down into the Patternkeeper. And as you can see, this one was the one I worked on. The Patternkeeper is the app that I'm using. It's a new app which came out, I think, late last year. It can take the Heaven and Earth designs, Gecko Rouge, and there's some other producers where you can take the PDF copies and put them into the Patternkeeper, and it would work with the patterns and so on. I think you can get a list from Patternkeeper's homepage if you're interested in which designers you can put into it, or producers. So I have some different patterns in my here. This one is mini steam heart of a girl. I don't know if you can see her, but she's holding a steam heart in metallic or in metal in her hands. It's not the best picture of it. And then we've got the mini, the little match girl, which is a Hans Christian Andersen one. That one I'm stitching. This one I don't know if I'm going to do it as a diamond painting or as a stitch. I don't know. I just like the picture and so on, so I just bought it, and then I can always kit it up from whatever I want to do it in. And then we have got the one that we know, which is Mini Dandelion, and then I've got my Gecko Rouge, my gamer, which is a cross stitch one. So, and I think I just saw the other day that Medusa Doll Maker is a new brand or new artist by DIY Moonstare shop. So if you're interested in some of her work, you can get it both at Gecko Rouge but also as a diamond painting at DIY Moon shop now. Sorry, just shake you. Then let's take this aside and just look at my iPad, because this is another thing just with this one is that this is only meant for or can only be used on on the Android tablets. It can't be used on iPad. That's why we're changing around now, because it's too sorry, I'm just going to take you away from the web. It's too difficult for them to make on an Apple iPad. So just to see this, I had a question about how you find out how many drills you need of each of them. When you go into Heaven and Earth Designs page, let's just go here and see Heaven and Earth Design patterns up here. Let's load it in. You can go up here in the corner and here you have charts by artist, for instance. So if we find Ash, where is he? Oh, I can't really remember is it Evans? So we need to go down just to find him. Evans. It's up here. So he's also made that cat. So let's see if we can find our cross stitch. No, let's just, oh, it's just here. So here it is. So here we have AE. I think that's probably not the mini. That's probably the regular size, but that's okay. So here you have him. And if you go down here, you have the details of him, that he's a 450 times 562, and it contains 88 colors, and it's from 2017. So if you then go up here, you can, no, it's here, flush usage charts, no, sorry, flush usage chart. If you press that one, you come into this one, and in this one you have all the flosses, and you go down, and then on page 4, in this case, we have all of the strands needed. So here we have crosses, half crosses, quarter crosses, petite, back stitch, and also special stitches, friends, beads if you need that. And here you have how much gain you would need if you wanted to stitch it. But what we are interested in is that this should only be full crochet, so you have to check through that there isn't any other things needed, because you can't do a quarter stitch or a half stitch. So, but they're only full crochet, so that's okay. Afterwards, when you check that, you can then see of number 150C, DMC 156, you need 585 crosses or stones. So one full cross is one diamond, one stone. So you would need 585 crosses in this of DMG 1556. As they don't produce these numbers when you order them from a Chinese dealer or whatever you wanted to order them from, you have to round up to the nearest 200. So that would be 600. So that would be 3 bags of this color. But I would just suggest, if you have some bad stones and so on, you put at least order 4. Again, same thing here. Here you need 4,131, and this would be 4,200 stones, but again 4,400 would I order, so I would order, that must be 22 bags, right? So, and as you go down, but the most easiest things is to take this out and send this to the producer. You aren't doing anything in violation with copyrights, because these can be found on the page. So you're not you just don't send them the whole pattern. Just send them this, and then they can see how many bags that you need of each one of them. Sometimes with some of the dealers who are who normally deals with this, they will return an Excel spreadsheet for you, and you can just type in the numbers you need, and then it calculates on its own how many you then need of each bags, and then they calculate a price for you. So that's pretty easy thing to do, and I think that's the information you need from it. I just wanted to show you something else. If I just, no, it's not my Facebook. You don't want my Facebook. I just see if I can get into here. I have another one which I've just ordered, which I'm going to stitch. Not going to. I'm not going to do it as a my words today, sorry. I'm not going to do it as a diamond painting, because first of all it's round, and secondly it would be huge. I think it's it's 50 times 50 in diameter centimeters, so it's a pretty huge one if you take it on a 17 inches times 17 inches on a 25 count fabric, so she's going to be quite big. But I ordered her as a diamond painting, or not a diamond, as cross stitch. So I've ordered the floss for her. And another thing I just wanted to say with her is, another thing, when you order these charts, just keep an eye on the DMC numbers, because as you can see, these ones are new numbers that DMC just produced and gave out, I think, in 2019. So these will be difficult for the diamond painter producers to do, as they only have 447 colors, and these ones are not yet in with them. So just if you check through, try and check with them and see if they have these colors. I don't think they've produced them yet. So I would avoid ordering. Sorry, my fingers just got in there. I would avoid ordering, ordering paintings which has or cross stitch charge which has these low numbers. And again, I think it's in here. There's another. These here again, 003, 04, 06. Again, they are these low numbers. So check with them. I think they're probably not going to be a part of it. So I think that let's go back to the Patternkeeper, and I will just make a small introduction to it. So as you can see here, we have our mini Didillion. If I just present it, we come into the Patternkeeper. Over here you have got all of the numbers. You have all of the drills you need. So, and it counts down. So every time that you have one color used of this, and you press it down and mark it up, it counts down. But let's look at this. So this up here is at that state. It is, you can just move it around and see wherever you want to go on your pattern. and that makes it so much easier just to move around and fill out all of a chosen color. When you press this one, let's see if I can hit it, the zoom one, you can press on one of the other ones, like the dollar one, and if you go down here, it's now lit up the dollar sign. So it's so much easier, and I can go up into my cabinet and just find my dollar sign up here and take it out. It's so much easier than going through a lot of paper and so on, going back and forth. Because with 90 colors or 88 colors, you're not going to remember which is which. So it's so much easier with the Patternkeeper. And if you then say, let's go back and just take this one, which I started with. So if I mark down the pen and go over here, because I was just working on it. So we are here, and is it the dollar? It's the dollar that I'm working on, sorry. Let's just mark it up. So if we go over here, you can see that I've made some of these here. These are the dollar ones. So all of this is now marked, and as you can see, if I then press this one and say that I've done these, which I have, and these, and you can see I'm just touching it, and I've done this one up here, and press down here. You then just do that, and you can see it now comes into a zone where it's marked off. And if you go down here, it now says it's for 1080. So if I want to say I've also done these, it comes up, and or if there's some of them that I haven't done that one, you can just frog it with the frog if it wants to, and then it takes away your markings. So it's so easy. So if you want to say that let's go back to it. So if I wanted to mark and say, okay, I've done all of these down here, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and I go over here, you can see that I've just marked these off, and these, and these. And this I've done as well, if I can hit them. It's not easy with the camera here, but I've done this, and then these are also done like this, and then again I just press this one and it marks it off. So it's really, and now you can see it has counted down again, so it says 1063. So, and you can see of color 400 I haven't got any more. I'm not going to use that color again. And the same with 300. So it's a really, really fun system to have. I'm so pleased with it, and I think it's a huge game changer, both for us who's normally diamond painters or cross stitchers and so on. So I just wanted to make an introduction to Patternkeeper. So I had last time, or on my last video, my floss tube video, I made a drawing for the 1,000 subscribers. It's now 1100, so it's a bit late. But for those of you who hasn't participated, you can go back in that one and comment if you want to see it, and comment. There's both diamond paintings to choose from, or cross stitch. So go back and look at that one and participate if you want to. So you just have to be a subscriber. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you soon, and take care. I hope you enjoyed the video and the introductions to Patternkeeper. And yeah, not least my beautiful, beautiful fox. So see you next time. Love you all. Bye for now.